All right, class. This is a combined class because I combined class IELTS 35 with IELTS 33 because people are leaving because of their personal reasons, classes become smaller and smaller. Oh, but you know what happened, right? Classes are always like that, especially in COVID time, when everyone is getting poorer and poorer and they have lots of commitment to do, and so that's why I have to combine the class together now. So this class is called IELTS 33 now. Anyway, hopefully the situation is going to get better. Class, hello, Miss Yuen, Miss Oan, Miss Yuen, and Miss Ngan. Hello, hello to the audience. Hello. So I am standing here to teach and making this video using my standing desk. It's what's it called? The brand is called Flexi Sport. Well, if you want it, I can give you a link to buy it. But actually, I think it's a good purchase because I can stand here without having to sit down, and after 45 minutes, I can lower it down and you will see it later. Okay, class, let's do IELTS speaking now. So, since this class has done a lot of IELTS speaking, part 1 already, and class IELTS 35 haven't done it, I suggest that we redo some of the part 1.
Yes.
Let's redo some of the part 1. So, let's go to 15. Why I cannot scroll down? Interesting. I mean, it doesn't allow me to scroll down, to page up and page down. Interesting. I'm using Windows 11 now, so this is not a new thing. Anyway, so let's type here. Okay. Alright, class, are you ready? Let's talk about happiness. So, Miss Yuen, please, is there anything that makes you feel happy lately?
Yes. I think I'm a positive person with outgoing characters. So I'm really easy to feel happy, feel joyful in life, and I think this is have an effect my health, my good health. Yes.
So it affects your good health easily. So Miss Yuen, can you stay happy all the time? Or sometimes you feel like depressed sometimes?
Instead of I'm a positive person, but life is up and down. So
life's up and down.
Yeah, so sometimes I can't stay happy all the times.
I see. How about you, Miss Ngan? So Miss Ngan and one is from IELTS 35, as you have seen in my previous video. So Miss One, please. So is there anything that makes you feel happy lately?
Since I'm a work person, so I think
so
my
since
work
you are a working person?
Since I am a working person, so I'm really happy with my work, and I enjoy the joyness from my work.
You enjoy the joy. Let's say you enjoy the joy or the happiness from working, isn't it?
From working, and I'm working every day with cosmetic and perfume stuff, so that gives me the so I can enjoy the sensible of being beautiful and being having good smell from my foods.
Say again, I can't understand that last thing. I can enjoy the sense of
the sense of perfume. That my work
perfume, I say.
perfume. That my work gave me to me every day, day by day.
Something wrong. I cannot. Interesting. Why I cannot type? Interesting. Let me check. Let me check something. Okay, I can do it now. The scent of perfume. 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 The scent of perfume. Okay, very good. So, how about you, Miss Ngan? Is there anything that makes you feel happy lately?
Yes. As an optimistic person, I have a positive approach to everything happening in my life. And a happy family with a little daughter is a key factor to make me always happy in life, no matter what happens. And the warm atmosphere we create is the most important, and it results in my happiness.
It results in your happiness. I see. So, do you think? So, what is your definition of happiness, Miss Ngân? Cái định nghĩa về sự hạnh phúc của Ngân là gì?
Yes, I am. A mental oriented person, not materialism. So I
you
don't.
You are not a materialistic person.
Yes, a materialistic.
I'm not a materialistic person, but I am. Let's not use the word mental. Okay, we say someone is more materialistic, or someone is more, say, spiritual. Tâm linh, spiritual. Is that what you want to say?
Giống như là xem trọng cái giá trị về tinh thần hơn là giá trị về vật chất đó thầy.
Someone who is spiritual. Tâm linh. But what you are saying is that someone who is intellectual. Intellectual là một người mà thực sự có trí thức. Một người trí thức, an intellectual person. So, or you can say I'm more of a feeling person. A feeling type. I'm more of a feeling type. Or I'm more of a logic type.
Yes.
I'm more of a logic type, more of a feeling type. Something you can say like that.
Okay. But for me, it's simply a definite happiness. Just the feeling of myself to love and to be loved by someone. So I focus on the value of relationship between people and people. And I don't care much about what the thing that people can give me. I just care much about the respect, the love, the sincerity of people.
Sincerity, you mean?
Sincerity.
Sincere. Sincerity. 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 Sự chân thành.
Does people treat me or behave?
Sincerity. The sincerity of people. I see. Okay. So, Mr. Yun, please, do you think it is important to be happy?
I think yes, because happy give us an enjoyable moment.
You mean happiness give us sự hạnh phúc? You mean happiness give us enjoyable moments?
Yes. And
yes, and
if you're happy, you will have a higher
productivity.
Okay. Productivity.
Okay, anything else?
Nope.
So, Mr. Yoon, can you stay happy all the time?
I think no, because sometimes the accident cross by and give us some sad moment. But at that sad moment, we know it is the chance for us to pass it, and after that, we were happy again.
And after that, you're happy again. I see. Oh, I see. So, what do you do to stay happy, Mr. Yoon?
I'm eating and sleeping.
Oh, just eating and sleeping cause you happiness? You are such a simple person, right?
Yes.
Simple person.
Yes, I like watching movies,
Yes.
playing games, but not much because it's not really healthy and sometimes plays and I'm so tired, so I don't really want to play it.
Oh, I see. But
Yes,
it's actually normal because at your age, you are only like 16, isn't it? No, 15.
Yes.
At 15, we didn't think much, isn't it? Just sleep, study,
Eat.
play, and then we don't even need to care about relationships. Really.
Yes, that's right.
No, you have to say no. You have to say no. We don't even need to care.
No.
Phải nói là no mới đúng nha. No, we don't even need to care. Chứ không phải yes, you are
No.
right đâu nha.
Okay.
Have to say no, okay? Now.
No. Okay.
So, Miss Yuan, please, what is your definition of happiness?
In fact, I didn't have a lot of experience in life, but my definitions of happiness, I think, just the moment my family and me rather
The
together.
moment my family and I. Chủ ngữ.
My family and I. Sorry.
My family and I.
My family and I gather together. We have a barbecue parties or just some simple meals like a dinner together.
To have dinner
so
together.
This makes me happy. Moreover, I think this is just a free time for me to stay in my garden and listen to my inner voice, listen to music. Yes, so I feel happy.
That's why you feel happy, I see. Right, so Miss Ngan, please, do you think people these days are happy?
It's quite difficult for me to ask about people whether they're happy or not. But
in general,
as my observation, in this pandemic, for example, I don't think they are happy. What's happened in their life? For example, the COVID crisis affect much on their daily life and economy, and then make the employment rate increase.
The unemployment rate? You mean the unemployment rate increases?
Yes, unemployment rate increases. It means that a lot of people cannot earn money and cannot afford for their normal life.
Cannot support themselves.
Even in the basic demand. So many people lose the property.
Nuôi sống bản thân được. They cannot support themselves. They lose the ability to take care of their family, their children.
Even they become bankrupt or lose property, and
then they have to live on the street now.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's not true because the government wouldn't allow people to live on the street.
But they have no choice, so they someone can stay under the bridge, or someone far away attention of the
But the
government.
government will be like, they were unlikely to spread COVID, so that's why they have to put these people somewhere, you know, like a camp or something. But really, I mean, that's sad to hear. Of course, everyone become poorer during the pandemic.
Yes.
It would take many years to recover from the harm caused by COVID. Anyway, so Miss Wan, please, do you think that sadness? Let's talk about sadness. Do you think sadness is useful sometimes? Do you think that sadness is useful sometimes? Like sadness.
My opinion. Yes. In my opinion, sadness is necessary to the life of people because when people are happy, they are in the safe situation and they feel balance in life.
They feel the balance in life. Or you can say they achieve a balance in life.
They achieve a balance in life.
Nó đạt được một cái sự cân bằng trong cuộc sống. They achieve a balance in life.
But sadness, on the other hand, operates like an alarm signal. So that will motivate people to achieve another thing. And also, when people in the sad mood, they are more concerned about other problem in life. So they can share, they can understand, and they can put their shoes in other. They can put their feet on other
people's shoes. They can put their feet into the others' shoes. Họ có thể đặt bản thân vào tình thế của những người khác. So they can put their feet. They can put their feet into the others' shoes.
So this suggests that they pay greater attention to the needs of others and more attentive or more thoughtful in life. So of course, I do think the people have a set in life. Sometimes it's better.
Yeah, I think it's okay. Okay. So the sadness is sometimes useful too, because they say that if you do not experience sadness, then you will not appreciate happiness, you know. Nếu chưa từng trải qua tình trạng buồn, thì các bạn sẽ không thể nào mà trân trọng được, trân quý được cái sự mà hạnh phúc. It's just like when you haven't experienced war, then we will not appreciate peace that much. Chiến tranh và hòa bình đó nha. Chưa trải qua chiến tranh thì không thể nào mà trân trọng cái hòa bình đang có được. Alright, let's just say if people haven't experienced sadness, then they would not be able to appreciate happiness. Alright, that's good. Okay, now let's move on to 14, studying mathematics. Or maybe we can do this one now. Let's just do this one now. Studying mathematics, học toán. So Miss Ngan, please, when did you start learning math?
Like everyone, I start to learn.
Everyone else. Like everyone else.
Like everyone else, I start to learn math.
I started to learn math when I was
in first grade. Yes, beside other basic subject. But honestly, I don't think I'm good at math. After a long time to follow this subject.
To follow this subject, you feel like it's a struggle more than happiness.
Yeah, it's really make me headache.
Just struggle. Cảm thấy toán học như là một sự vật lộn với nó. Math is such a struggle sometimes. It does. Actually, math is a struggle to many people. A lot of people, they struggle with English, with chemistry, with physics. And so math is the same. It's a struggle. So tell me, do you like math?
I think yes, because I really like learn math.
I really like learning math.
Learning math.
I really like learning math.
It's quite easy for me, and I don't really like about geo math. Do you know that?
What?
Toán hình học cái thời.
You mean geometry?
Yes, geometry, math, because it's really hard and I have to think a lot. So I'm just sometimes struggling with it.
Okay, how about algebra?
What?
Algebra, số học. Toán số học.
Yeah, I think it's easy. You just need
You think algebra
formula.
is easy? Are you sure?
Yeah. Don't learn it with
the difficult part of algebra.
Just don't learn it with physical and chemistry. It's hard.
Physical? What is physical?
Physics. Yes, physics.
Physics. What physics?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So, who taught you math, Mr. Yoon?
I think it's my teacher.
Of course, your teacher. Who exactly?
Yes. He's inspired me when I was really young. My teacher is actually my cousin too. My another
actually,
cousin
your cousins, teachers too, right?
Yes.
Ah, interesting. I think I once saw you or your brother studying. It was like a few years ago. I think it was you. I think I saw you studying with a teacher coming home, right? Coming home, right? Like
not really. I'm learning by my own.
Oh, it was your brother, I'm sure. It was someone teaching him English, but I see. All right, good. So, Miss Yuan, please. So, is math difficult for you to learn, Miss Yuan?
In fact, I'm not a math prodigy, so I think this is really difficult for me.
A prodigy?
Yes.
Wait, is it prodigy? Let me check this
prodigy.
Word, because sometimes I'm not even sure.
Yes.
Let me check. A math prodigy. Protege. It's protege, right? Prodigy. Protege.
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 Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Protege.
Protege, okay? Protege. It's a word that they borrowed from French, I'm sure, because you see the accent mark, right? Cái dấu mà những âm á. You see the accent mark here, protege. But in English, we don't say protege, like what it should be, because the accent mark is on these AA here. Protege. We don't say that. In English, we say protege. So protege. Protege is a young person who is helped and taught by an older and usually famous person học trò của những người thầy nổi tiếng á. Protege là những người học trò của những người nổi tiếng á. So what you are saying, it's basically another word, genius, I think. Let's just say a genius, thiên tài, bậc thầy thiên tài. A genius. So basically, genius. So this one's together, genius. Genius as a genius. Genius, thiên tài. So basically, it's a different thing. Okay. Now, so Miss Yuen, let's try again. Is math difficult for you to learn?
In fact, I'm not a math genius, so I think this is really difficult for me to learn. But I know this is necessary in life, so I can deal with basic math. Yes.
Like, you think it's difficult for you?
Yes.
So, Miss Wan, please, do you think it is necessary to learn math? Miss Wan, please, your microphone. Okay, so do you think it's necessary to learn math, Miss Wan?
I think math is necessary to learn because that teach people about the logic and
it teaches people.
It teaches people about the logic, and it also needs for some science or technology job, and also when we have it, we will have the and also that will make people more believe in themselves, that they have a
believe more in their
in themselves, that they will have a math language in life, so they have the opportunity to earn a better job if they have a chance.
If they have a chance, you mean?
Yeah, if they have a chance.
Okay, so Miss Wan, do you like to use a calculator? Máy tính, calculator.
I like to use a calculator because it make I work quicker, and also
it makes you work faster, quicker.
Yes, it makes my job being faster, and also since I don't have to take any exam anymore, so I don't need to practice with my brain every day, so it's better for me to use a calculator.
But sometimes, calculator does not help. Sometimes people depend too much on the calculator, and then they cannot calculate by themselves without calculator anymore. So what do you think, Miss Wan?
So I think that we need how to use it productively. For example, with a small number that we can we can
use it.
We can calculate it by ourselves. So I think it's better to play with our brain. But with the big,
you mean to brainstorm?
Yes, to brainstorm. With a big number that the brain cannot take the memory in it.
They cannot memorize, they cannot tackle, then we have to use calculator. But for smaller numbers, we can surely do that in our minds, isn't it? All right, that's very good. Thank you. So, Miss Ngan, do you remember who taught you math?
My primary teacher taught me math when I was a starter.
Starter. Starter means like primary students, or maybe it means like very small children.
Yes, it's quite difficult for me, but I think it's necessary in my daily life. For example, go to market. We cannot bring ourselves a calculator anywhere, so we can do a basic figure in our mind, and day by day it can train our mind in analytical and reasoning skill, and it's useful for our solving problem skill as well.
Okay, and so do you think so, Ms. Ngan, if that is what you say, do you think that math learning is necessary, or it's just redundant these days? It is obsolete. You know, obsolete.
Obsolete.
Obsolete. Obsolete means lỗi thời, lạc hậu. Or obsolete. Do you think that the teaching and learning of math these days are obsolete? Because basically, it's rare that we use it anywhere in our life, right?
Yes.
So do you think that it's obsolete now?
No, I don't think so. People always think about the figure or the number when they talk about math, but actually, math help us not only in the number, but also it help us have the logical strategy to deal with what's happened in life in a logical way, logic way, and it trains us analyze. It trains us analytical.
Analytical
and,
skills.
Yes, analytical and reasoning skill.
Exactly.
And
it's
solve the problem
and reasoning skills
in a suitable way.
And reasoning skills.
So I don't think math is obsolete because it's useful for our daily life.
Kỹ năng phân tích hoặc lý luận. So basically, it's indirect, right? It's indirect. It doesn't teach us like useful things anymore, but indirectly it teaches us analytical and reasoning skills. So it's still vital. It's still important, isn't it?
Yes.
Exactly, because
we are always because in our life we are always faced with difficult problem, challenging. So we have to brainstorm, to think of or come up with a solution to every problem and to deal with them in an optimal way.
In an optimal way. Okay, very good. Let's move on to a part 2 and part 3 now. So I think we can Wait, did our class do crime already, Miss Ngan and Miss Wan? Did we? We haven't.
Not yet.
But did I ask you to watch the video of vocab unit 18?
Yes, I did.
Mr. Yun and Miss Yuen, did I ask you guys to watch those video?
Yes.
Yeah.
And did you watch it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So so now we can talk about it, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
TRAN.
Crime is all the way down here. It's all the way down here. And I have to scroll a long way. There you go. Oh, it's not this one. There you go. This one. Crime. There you go. This is okay. So this is what I do. I mean, this is kind of difficult topic, and I think everyone should learn them very carefully. Crime, history, crime, science, art, and what's it called? Media. 5 chủ đề rất kinh khủng mà các bạn phải học cho đàng hoàng nha. Crime, tội phạm. Luật pháp, crime and law. Media, truyền thông. Art, nghệ thuật. History, lịch sử. Và what's the last one? Science, về science. Okay, so let's describe a time when you saw someone doing something bad, or describe a time when you saw someone committed a crime. Miêu tả một thời điểm mà bạn đã nhìn thấy ai đó làm một cái gì đó rất là xấu, làm cái gì đó xấu xa, hoặc là các bạn một thời điểm mà bạn nhìn thấy một ai đó phạm tội. So this is the thing in the past, you must use past tense, okay? Quá khứ nhé. You should say when the incident when the incident happened. Cái sự kiện, cái điều đó nó diễn ra lúc nào? Where it was, nó đã là chỗ nào? Who was involved? Ai đã tham gia vào? How you felt about it? Bạn đã cảm thấy thế nào về điều đó? And you have part 3. Do you think that the crime rate is increasing these days? Why and why not? Bạn có nghĩ rằng cái tỷ lệ tội phạm đang gia tăng ngày nay không? Tại sao không? What do you think are the reasons for young people committing crimes? Bạn nghĩ cái lý do cho người trẻ phạm tội là gì? Who do you think should be held responsible or should be held accountable for the wrong actions that young people do and why? Bạn nghĩ ai nên chịu trách nhiệm cho những cái hành vi sai trái mà những người trẻ làm? Tại sao? Number 4, do you think the school system should educate people more about law and why? Bạn nghĩ hệ thống trường học nên giáo dục người trẻ thêm về luật pháp không? Tại sao? Do you think putting criminals in prison is the best solution to combat crime? Why or why not? Bạn có nghĩ cho những tên tội phạm, bỏ tù những tên tội phạm là cái giải pháp tốt nhất để mà đấu tranh chống lại các loại tội phạm không? Tại sao? Tại sao không? Be careful with crime and criminal, okay? This is a tough topic. So I'll give you 3 minutes to think about part 2 and part 3. 3 phút bắt đầu. Alright, let's start now. So, okay, this is a tough topic, okay? Now, so, Mr. Young first, please. Can you describe a time when you saw someone doing something bad or someone committed a crime? Just speak slowly, okay? Try not to make mistakes. Speak slowly. Okay, please.
So it happened when I was grade 9.
I was in grade 9.
I was in grade.
I was in grade 9.
I was in grade 9. And I surf Facebook for 30 minutes. After that, I saw a live stream on Facebook, and it said about a man who, which is head cut off.
It has cut off because of an incident, huh?
Yes, and it is in my district too, and I at that time I was very scared.
I felt really scared.
I felt really scared and panicked. And
I panicked.
And I panicked.
And I panicked.
And I panicked. And the one who was involved is I think I remember that is his friends, and they have a big argument.
So they had a big argument.
They have a big argument.
Tại sao cứ sai cái điệu độ dài ngắn của âm Hoài vậy? They had a big argument. Try big. They had a big argument.
They had a big argument. Argument. And I still scared about until now, but that crime is over, and I'm still scared very much because the head is still there. Yes, because the head is still in my mind.
It's worse than Detective Conan, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's real.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is real. Alright. Very good. Miss Ngan, please. Can you describe a time you saw someone committed a crime?
Yes. It was a terrible nightmare for me when someone asked me about this accident again. My neighbor who lived next to my house, the husband always got drunk almost the time, and treated his family's members as bad as an animal. It's so cruel. Độc ác là như thế nào?
It's so cruel.
Cruel. One day, the wife was busy to repair meal, but she didn't cook his favorite meal. And he took a knife because he got drunk.
He took a knife.
Yeah, he took a knife and stabbed her with a serious injury. And then she died, or she passed away because this injury near her heart. And at that moment, I was also a witness. So this image or this incident made me scared for a long time. Maybe during my young age, and it affected my mindset.
Wait, it affects my mindset. It affects my
mindset. Yes, affect my mindset.
My mindset, not affect to.
I make the same mistake again.
It's a
affect my mistake and dare to get married soon.
So what you talk about was a domestic abuse case. Lạm dụng trong gia đình.
A violence. It's considered a violence. Crime.
Yes.
Bạo lực gia đình đó thầy. Family.
Bạo lực trong gia đình.
Yeah.
Domestic abuse. We call them domestic abuse. And domestic abuse is a crime in a lot of Western countries. But in Vietnam, it's still not really a crime because even though there's a law against it, but people do not really take it seriously. Con người ta không có chú ý nghiêm túc vào cái chuyện đó cả. So even though if For example, if the police caught the perpetrator, if the police, even though if the police caught the perpetrator, khổ phạm. The perpetrator is someone who perpetrates a crime. To perpetrate a crime, phạm tội. So it's the same as to commit a crime. Thủ phạm là cái người phạm tội. So it's the same as commit a crime. So even if the police catches the perpetrator, the judge won't do much. They won't sentence the person very seriously at all, like 2 or 3 years, I think, something like that. Maybe some money, a fine, or something like that. I think Vietnam should do much better against domestic abuse because this is a serious problem. Okay, so Miss Oan, please, can you describe a time when you saw someone doing something bad or committed a crime? Just go slowly, Miss Oan. Just go slowly. Calm down.
When I was 5 years old, I saw a boy stealing my bicycle in front of me, and
you saw a boy stealing your bicycle in front of you?
Yes, I saw a boy stealing a bicycle in front of me, and even I can saw it, but I was too panic, and I just didn't say anything. I didn't do anything, and even didn't give any word.
You didn't shout. You even shout for help.
Yes, I didn't shout for help.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't shout for help.
No, I didn't shout for help.
No, I didn't shout for help.
And I ran out.
I ran out.
I ran out and told my mom about that.
Told my mother about it. Be careful.
Told my mother about this, and my mother was agree with me that that's better to let him took my bicycle because I was a student, and my safety is more important.
And my safety is more important.
And my safety is more important than the bicycle. And after that, after 2 or 3 days, I saw this boy with my bicycle at school.
And what happened?
And
did you call the police?
I didn't call the police, but I came to his class and talked with the teachers. And then my mother came with me to his house, but said was he was very poor to pay for anything, to pay for the bicycle to school.
Oh,
so,
that's why.
So that's why my family didn't do anything to make him embarrassing.
Embarrassed. Chủ động hay bị động? Be careful. Is it passive or active adjective? To make him feel embarrassed.
To make him feel embarrassed, and just took my bicycle back to me. And it's not like nothing was happened.
Like nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Like nothing happened. Người ta nói là một sự kiện nó diễn ra chứ không nói là một sự kiện nó được diễn ra như thế. Like nothing happened. Okay, very good. Okay, so Miss Yuan, please, can you describe
Yes. The accident happened when my brother was young. Because there was not enough time for my parents to take care my brother as well as they can. So
as good as
he
they can,
must
as best as they
yes,
can.
as best as they can. So
But as best they could, because past tense, as
yes,
best as they
they
could.
could.
Tốt,
So
take care mà tốt nhất như là họ có thể. Cannot take care of your brother as best as they could.
Yes. So my brother studied in kindergarten. At kindergarten, his teacher locked him in the toilet and fighted him. So when he came back home, my mother saw many wounds on his body. So this is after that my mother came to school and required them to show my mother the camera on the camera. Yeah. So
oh wow.
Oh, so this touched my heart a lot, and I feel
this touched my heart. Wait, was it a touching story? Phải câu chuyện cảm động. Was it a touching
no,
story?
this is not. I don't want to say touching, but like nó làm cho mình suy nghĩ nhiều á thầy, mà con không biết dùng từ.
It made me feel a lot. It made me think a lot. Cẩn thận. It made me. It touched my heart when it's a touching story. When you say it touched my heart when it is a touching story.
Giống như là romantic, chỉ dành cho romantic story.
Khi nào mà nó là cái chuyện lãng mạn, cái chuyện mà làm cho mình cảm thấy cảm động á, thì nó mới đụng vào trái tim của mình như vậy. Nhưng mà chuyện này nó làm cho mình suy nghĩ rất nhiều. It makes
okay, and I felt really sad and enraged. I think his teacher behaviors was impact children abuse. Yes, like physically and mentally.
Mentally and physically.
Mentally, it lasts for the. I think it's lasts for the whole life. They will be. He was scared and obsessed.
They feel.
Moreover, he will. Yes.
They will feel scared and obsessed, and they won't even talk. You know.
Yes, and I think he will lose confidence when he communicate or connect with people.
All right. Now let's go to part 3. So, Mr. Yoon, do you think that the crime rate is increasing these days? Why or why not? Mr. Yoon, your microphone, please.
I think yes, because nowadays COVID-19 pandemic is cause very.
It caused a lot of problem to the. It caused a lot of problem to the economy, and everyone is becoming poorer, isn't it?
Yes, and everyone becoming poorer, and some of them are like the drug seller. They cannot go outside, or they stay in the khu cách ly là gì thầy?
They stay in the pandemic zone. Is it the isolation area?
Yes, isolation area.
Okay, let's say isolated area. Những khu vực bị tách biệt ra. Isolated areas, or we can say quarantine area.
Yes, I like isolated area. They
quarantine areas, I think. Những khu vực bị cách ly. Quarantine areas, in the areas that have been quarantined.
And they going to be committed crime, like going outside or selling drugs. have COVID-19 because of going outside. Some of them are maybe it's like uh, I remember that's on the news that there's a woman nữ lao công là gì thầy?
There's a cleaning lady, is it?
Yes, she's a cleaning lady was stolen a motorbike by so is the crime rate is increased these days.
Or you can just say a cleaner. It's it can be a man or woman, a cleaner.
Okay.
Or you can say a cleaning lady if it's a woman, of course. Anything else, Mr. Yu?
Nope.
All right. So you think because of the economic breakdown, because of the bad economy, the crime rate is increasing these days, isn't it?
Yes.
You need to conclude it, okay? You need to conclude it by saying what I just said. Because of the bad economy, I think that the crime rate is increasing these days. Try to conclude what you just say, okay? Nó giống như là một cái part 3 của speaking, nó giống như là writing task 2 rồi đó. Just imagine the part 3 speaking as like a writing task 2. You need to conclude your point as well. Okay. Now, so Miss Wan, please, what do you think are the reasons for young people committing crimes?
In my opinion, there are some reasons for young people to commit crimes. Firstly, it's common for schoolers to commit the crime.
To commit crimes.
Because
to commit crimes.
Mm-hmm. Because they are lack of knowledge and understanding.
They are lack of knowledge. Noun or a verb, but not as an adjective. Be careful. Dùng lack như động từ hoặc là lên từ chứ không dùng như lack như là tính từ nha. Nếu tính từ phải là lacking. If it's a verb adjective, it's lacking. But we use lack like this. They lack the knowledge.
They lack the knowledge.
Or they have a lack of knowledge. That's a noun.
And at this age, they lack a clear understanding how crime affects on others and how it can be harmful.
Knowledge of
how their action affects others and how
their actions affect others.
Affect others and affect
others. Okay.
And how it can be harmful. And also another reason might be the economic condition. So when they want something but they cannot have it, so in that might some bad action could be appear. And we need to teach our children about this. And
it's long teach. We need to
teach our children about it with empathy and understanding from these reasons.
Okay, from reasons. I see. Okay, so Miss Yuan, who do you think should be held responsible, or who should be held accountable for the wrong actions that young people do, and why?
Oh, I think firstly, I think there must be held responsible for the wrong action that young people do.
Held responsible.
Held responsible for the wrong actions that young people do is just their self, because they have
themselves,
because they don't have they don't treat their they don't treat their well. I would say that like they don't have a positive thinking, the right behavior, and moreover, secondly, I think this is their parent, because they are sorry, let me say it again. Secondly, I think this is their parent, because their parent views and behavior can have a good or bad influence on their children. And I think because of the hectic lifestyle, so their parents don't pay much attention on their children. So moreover, teenager, they have they change in mentally and physically. So I think their parents must follow them, must have a good relationship with them.
Guardians là những người giám hộ. You know
yes.
that word? Những người giám hộ. Trước 18 tuổi có người giám hộ. Like before 18 years old, you must be guided by a guardian.
Yes.
So the guardian should also be held responsible, is that?
Yes. I mentioned that like a guardian must talk and listen to them like friends. And I think thirdly, this is school and community. Like teacher don't I think they don't teach them well. Yes, and maybe they don't have a good relationship with teacher, so they don't involve in activities.
Don't say to have a good relationship with teachers, and much we say rapport. To have a good rapport. Rapport. Cẩn thận cái từ này nha mọi người, người ta tưởng lầm là mối quan hệ tình cảm. If you say a good relationship with teachers, people might understand that it's a love relationship. So it's better to say rapport. Mối quan hệ không liên quan tới tình cảm. So when you say a relationship with a teacher, don't say that, okay? Because people might understand that it's a love relationship. Nói là relationship với teacher, người ta sẽ hiểu lầm là mối quan hệ tình cảm nha mọi người, cẩn thận điều đó. So use the word rapport to have a good rapport with the teacher.
Yes, they have a good rapport with the teacher, so they don't raise awareness.
Let me check this word. Moment. Rapport is not even like the word rapport does not even have the T sound. I'm sure this one is not English. This is something that has been borrowed from other language. Cái từ mượn nhiều khi nó đọc phát âm lạ lùng đó. Like long words they borrow from other languages, they have different pronunciation. Very weird. Rapport, not report. So rapport with a long O sound. O kéo dài. Rapport nha mọi người. Rapport.
Rapport.
A good understanding of someone and ability to communicate well with them. Hiểu tốt về người nào đó và cái khả năng để mà giao tiếp tốt với họ. Tức là cái khả năng giao tiếp tốt và hiểu nhau á, sự hiểu và làm việc tốt với nhau. It's rapport, okay? Rapport. Or it's an agreement or sympathy between people or groups. Một cái sự đồng thuận hoặc là cái sự mà gọi là hiểu nhau á, sympathy, sự đồng cảm giữa con người hoặc nhóm người. Sự hiểu nhau, đồng thuận, làm việc nhóm với nhau tốt. Okay, the rapport, okay?
Okay.
Please
And finally, I just want to mention about the development of the internet.
Development of the internet.
Yeah, the development of the internet. So I think the government should be banned many phenomena in the internet now.
You mean should ban what?
Maybe I phenomenon. Những cái hiện tượng xấu giống như là cô Phương Hằng.
Bad influence. Let's just say bad influences. Yes. Những cái ảnh hưởng xấu, đúng không? Let's just say bad influences.
Yes.
Những ảnh hưởng xấu. So it's a noun. Influence. Bad influences on the internet.
Yes, I think the government should ban the bad influence on the internet.
Bad influences on the internet.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me, that's very good, Miss Yuen. Very good answer. That's very good answer. I think your answer will receive a band, let's say 7.5 or something, chắc 7,5 đó. Tại vì câu hỏi đó rất là đầy đủ và nó bao gồm nhiều khía cạnh. Because your answer was actually long enough and it covers many different aspects of the question. So I think that's a very good answer. But you need to be persistent. I mean, along all of your answers in all the questions to achieve that band score, okay? Cần phải đọc đều khắp tất cả các câu trả lời của các câu hỏi luôn để có thể đạt được điểm đó. Like for example, if one question you got like only 6.5 because you couldn't answer well, then another question you got like 7.5, then the mark will basically be just about 6.5 because they have to see what your lowest score is, okay?
Yes.
So be careful.
I know.
The same thing applies to writing. So your writing must be persistent everywhere. So it's not like one sentence is like 5.0, another sentence like 7, and you get 7. No, it's not true. You got only 5. Trong writing cũng vậy á, người ta lấy cái chỗ điểm nào thấp hơn. Tại vì đó chính là cái trình độ thực sự của mình. Speaking với Trang vậy á, một bên ví dụ như là một câu hỏi trả lời được 6.5, còn câu được 7,5. Tại mình rành câu đó hơn, rành chủ đề hơn thì mình vẫn chỉ được 6.5 thôi. Writing cũng vậy, một câu viết rất kém 5 chấm thôi, một câu là 7 chấm thì người ta vẫn lấy 5 chấm thôi nhé. Be careful. Tại vì đó là trình độ thực sự của mình. Alright, so Miss Ngân, please. Do you think the school system should educate people more about law? Why? Ngân có nghĩ rằng hệ thống trường học nên giáo dục con người ta nhiều hơn về luật pháp không? Tại sao?
There are some controversial ideas in my mind. Controversial ideas in my mind for this question. But for me, basically, people should do well what people should do. For example, school system, no need to add law in emphasize one subject to force people or to force a student to learn. Otherwise, while they are not do very well in being a good model for students to imitate, to form a good behavior in social life. For example, there are more and more crime in education ministry right now nowadays.
Trong Bộ Giáo dục
I mean that Lào Cai scandal. Yes, education
You mean there are more crimes in the education sector, trong mạng giáo dục?
Yes, education sector. That's I mean.
Sector.
And for example, Lào Cai scandal. They are teacher. They are head of education department in a school, but they are correct or they adjust the score because of their personal relationship or their personal purpose.
Correcting the score, it's called forging the score. Giả điểm luôn á, làm giả điểm luôn á.
Yes.
They
Yes.
forge the score.
Yes. And that is how a student think when they look at these bad model in front of them.
Forge.
And yes, that's just one example. And when I read daily news on the newspaper, I read a lot of case of government leader. The more and the more leader of government are expelled from party when they commit a crime or corruption. So how the youngster to follow when they see the adult didn't.
When they see an adult behaving that way and
behaving this way,
follow the rules and regulations.
Yes, and in their family, the children will be a victim of and they witness many domestic abuse.
Okay.
And how they will get like how they can form a good behavior while there are so many bad model around in the surrounding area.
You mean
environment.
Bad examples? There are so many bad examples.
Yeah, so I don't think should add more subject in a theoretical way without practical.
Có quá nhiều ví dụ xấu. I think it just say there are so many bad examples around it. Cái chữ có gương nó làm gương á. We say to make an example, to make an example of someone means lấy ai đó ra làm gương. To make an example of someone, so the example is the gương that you are trying to say.
Yes.
So there are so many bad examples.
Yes, and I conclude that people, included young or old, they tend to learn from practical example, not from law or theoretical.
Not from theories. Không từ
theory, yeah, to deter them by a theory.
Lý thuyết suông thôi. We say mere theory. Lý thuyết suông tức là nó chỉ có lý thuyết thôi. So mere theories mean they are only theories and it's not practical. The people will not listen. Of course, it's just mere theories.
So that is my opinion.
Thank you. That's very good. That's very good. So, Mr. Yoon, please, do you think putting criminals in prisons is the best solution to combat crime? Why not?
I think It has two sides of it.
There are. It has
There
why.
are two sides of
There
it.
are. Có cái gì
There
đó.
are.
There are. There is. There are
Yes.
two sides.
There are two sides of it. The first one is just some of them can change the criminal thinkings. Like you know,
the minds of criminals.
The mind of criminals, like Hiếu PCs, he hacked the world computers, and then he going to prisons. But after that, he's cải tạo tốt là gì thầy?
He has been re-educated. Let's just say.
Re-educated. So
re-educated. Được anh ta đã được cải tạo. He has been re-educated. Cải là một lần nữa. Cải tạo. Sorry, cải tạo means like you have been re-educated. Được giáo dục lại.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. Do you think putting criminal in prison is the best solution to combat crime? Mr. Yu?
I think there are two sides of it. The first is going to make the criminal mind goes better, like Hiếu PCs. He's a hacker, but now he's white hat hacker. After that,
white cap. We say white cap hacker, I think.
A white cap hacker.
Cap là cái nón lưỡi trai ấy, cái nón đeo vô giống like a cap. This is a cap. Like for example, this is a cap that you basically wear. This is a cap. Okay. This is a special kind of hat, of course. Một cái cap là loại mà nón mà đặc biệt. Nó có tên là cái. This is a cap. A hat is something like, you know, more general. Nó chung hơn nếu mà nó là cái hat. Còn nếu cái cap là cái này. This is a cap. And I look much younger with this one, right? I still look old now, so maybe I look better like this. No.
Okay. For a long time, and he's changed his mind after get out of the prison. But there are some criminal when they out of the prison, they still commit crime, like after they go out, they still sell drugs. They will commit a crime like killing people.
A crime? They just commit a crime? A crime?
Committed.
Just one crime?
Crimes.
Crimes. Plural. Số nhiều.
Okay.
What else? All right. So, class, I'm not convinced now. So, Miss Oan, what do you think? Do you think putting criminals in prisons is the best solution to combat crime? Why or why not?
In my opinion, putting criminal in prison is the best solution. Firstly, it's better to put a guilty person behind the bar and not allow to stay in the community, because it's not only for the victim but also for the safety of the public and other citizens.
Behind the bar means like behind the prison bar, right?
Yes.
Đằng sau song sắt nhà tù, behind the prison bar.
Another reason for my belief is they should have their time to rethink about their action, and that's and better to understanding the value of freedom as well as the appropriate
An appropriate.
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 Sanction. Will help them to think and give them time to cure that crime. Để chữa lành vết thương.
Okay, we say to cure a disease, but we don't say to cure a crime, okay? Nhưng mà we don't say to cure a crime, we say to cure a disease, chữa bệnh chứ không có chữa tội, you know. Well, what word should we use now? I'm thinking. To think of their crime, I think. To learn from their crime, I think.
Yes.
I think to learn from their crime, let's say. Okay. So, okay, that's good now. Any other idea, Miss Wan?
And that's why I think.
So that's the reason why I think. Okay. So that's why you think putting criminals in prison is the best solution to combat crime?
That's why I think put people in crime is a better option.
Best is the best way.
It's best option
to combat crime. I see. All right. So, Miss Yuan, please. Do you think that your country should take domestic abuse more seriously? Why not? Bạn có nghĩ đất nước bạn nên là nghiêm túc hơn về cái vấn đề bạo lực trong gia đình không? Or domestic violence. Let's just say domestic violence. Bạn có nghĩ đất nước bạn nên xem xét cái chuyện mà bạo lực gia đình, bạo hành gia đình một cách nghiêm túc hơn không? Tại sao không? So what do you think, Miss Yuan?
Yes, I think that my country should take domestic violence more seriously because this will impact children and family feeling, thinking, and like that. And firstly, I mentioned about children. Their bad behaviors could influence on youngster and
influence youngster could influence youngsters.
Yes, they don't know how to be a good person with positive thinking because many bad situations happened in their life. So maybe they hate people, hate society. I think that
hate society, yeah.
Yes. Moreover, like Miss Ngân mentioned before, like neighbor.
A very bad case of her neighbor.
Yes, neighbor, like to attack their wife or children, like chop their head of others.
Chop the head of others. Obviously, that is murder. That is murder.
Yes. Did we observe people live around them?
And that's not even manslaughter. You know, second degree killing, giết người độ 2.
Yes.
That is not even manslaughter. Cái đó còn không phải là ngộ sát. Ngộ sát tức là giết người không có cố ý. Còn murder giết người có chủ ý, cố ý. These are two different crimes, okay? Murder and manslaughter are different crimes and they are treated differently. Manslaughter means that the perpetrator, thủ phạm, is not aware of the crime that he's doing or she is doing. Họ không có biết được ý thức về chuyện đó là manslaughter, nhưng nhiều người vẫn chết, but people are still dying. That is manslaughter. For murder, of course, the perpetrator know exactly that they are about to kill someone. Murder, giết người độ 1, thì cái kẻ giết người đương nhiên là nó biết được rõ ràng nó đang làm cái gì. Biết được rõ là người ta sẽ chết, biết được rõ là nó sẽ giết người. That is treated differently. Of course, that is punished differently. Nó sẽ được trừng trị đích đáng một cách khác với lại cái manslaughter nha. All right. So, Miss Yuen, continue please.
Yes. And this is not even manslaughter. Moreover, I think this also makes an example for everyone, for community, instead of mere theories.
Exactly, like mere theories. Very good, very good.
Yes. And I think, thirdly, I mentioned about women.
Women.
Okay. So women in nowadays, they not only do housework, but also they work in the office. So I think they must be treated well as best as their husband could.
As best as their husband could. Very good. Very good. So, Miss Ngan, what do you think? Do you think that... Okay, sorry, Mr. Yuen, please. Since I think you have experienced some domestic abuse as well. You know, word abuse. Bạo lực, bạo hành bằng lời nói cũng là một dạng bạo hành nha. Like word abuse with words are also a kind of domestic abuse too. And that is very common in Vietnamese family.
Yes.
Not just domestic violence, but word abuse. Abuse with words, you know. Yeah. Are also a crime too, I think. But it is not punishable. Nhưng mà nó không có thể bị trừng trị được. It is not punishable. Nó không thể bị trừng trị được. It's not punishable because the law doesn't actually have any point to fight that. Even though cái luật nó không có cái điều gì mà chống lại chuyện mà bạo hành bằng lời nói cả. Like what's it called? Verbal abuse. Sorry, verbal mean belong to words. Verbal abuse. Bạo hành bằng lời nói. Of course, it causes a lot of psychological problems. Nó gây rất nhiều vấn đề tâm lý nha. Psychological problem. Vấn đề tâm lý. Những vấn đề tâm lý. Just imagine if you say it every day that someone is so stupid. That is a verbal abuse. Chỉ cần mỗi ngày em nói một người nào đó sao mày ngu quá vậy, ngày nào cũng nói như vậy, nó sẽ gây vấn đề tâm lý rất nghiêm trọng đối với người đó. Just imagine if someone you say that someone is teased that oh my god you're so fat every day. That causes a lot of psychological problem for the person as well. The person will spend his or her whole life being not having the confidence to do anything. Cái người mà bị nói mập á, bị chê mập suốt đời á, bị chê mập hoài, người ta sẽ gặp vấn đề về tâm lý. Cả đời ta sẽ không có cái sự tự tin để mà làm gì đó. Cho nên người ta mới đưa ra điều luật là nói người khác mập là bị phạt 16 triệu. Là đúng, chứ phải không đâu. So basically, the Vietnamese law that has been passed 2 years ago that states that whoever body shame someone, body shaming, you know that body shaming?
Yeah.
Làm nhục thân thể bằng lời nói. It's a crime. Body shaming is a crime. because it causes a lot of problem to the victims. Nó gây rất nhiều vấn đề cho các nạn nhân. So, Mr. Yoon, do you think that your country should take what's it called, verbal abuse more seriously? Okay, let me take this one. Let me make this one another question then.
Okay.
Okay, let's make this one question number 8, and this is number 7. Do you think that your country should take verbal abuse more seriously? Lạm dụng về mặt lời nói. So a verbal abuse include body shaming, include like what's it called? Mạt sát người khác. It includes body shaming and bullying as well. Bắt nạt á. Bullying, bắt nạt. And it also includes like what else? All the kinds of verbal abuse, okay? Tất cả mọi loại mà gọi là lạm dụng hoặc là lạm dụng về mặt lời nói hoặc là.
Vậy nếu mà văn tục dạng như miệt thị ai hoặc là chửi thề hay gì đấy thì có tính
so you
verbal
mean
abuse.
swearing? Chửi thề. Văn tục chửi thề. Well, if swearing does not cause any damage to the victim, then that is not called a verbal abuse. Because verbal abuse causes damage to the victim, okay? Nó gọi là sự lạm dụng về mặt lời nói khi mà là gọi là sự lạm dụng, sự hành hạ về lời nói người khác khi mà nó gây ra cái thiệt hại tâm lý hoặc tinh thần hoặc là thể xác cho người khác chẳng hạn. Nó gọi là abuse khi mà gây ra thiệt hại. Còn nếu mà chửi thề, chửi phong long á, không có thiệt hại gì thì nó không gọi là abuse. If the person swear and it doesn't cause any damage to victim, whatever, that is not called a verbal abuse. I think. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but that's logic, isn't it? Tôi đâu phải luật sư đâu, nhưng mà basically cái logic là như vậy. Okay, so that's number 7. So, Mr. Yu, do you think that your country should take verbal abuse more seriously?
I think yes, because nowadays there are besides of body shaming, bullying.
Besides
from
body shaming.
Besides from body shaming, there are cyberbully, the common cyberbullies nowadays, and it's effectively to children really much like what I expect. And
what you experience?
Yes.
Trải qua what you experienced.
And I think my country need to do it seriously because it's affect to children too.
Wait, affect
children. Oh my god.
Because
affect children. And the next generation. So that's your.
So?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not convinced still. So maybe Miss One can do this one. Do you think that your country should take verbal abuse more seriously? Chắc nên có luật khẩu nghiệp.
I do think that my country should take abuse more seriously.
It's about
especially.
Be careful, please. It's about verbal abuse only. This question. Câu này nói về cái vụ mà lạm dụng về mặt lời nói á. Thôi, Nó chỉ tập trung vào chuyện đó thôi. Hello? This one? Oh, I think she's busy now. Children, you know, when you have children, a lot of things happen. So, Miss Ngân, please, do you think that your country should take verbal abuse more seriously?
I think any kind of abuse included body or verbal should be taken into more seriously to prevent people hurt people by their words or action. And in this case, when people don't touch to your body, don't affect your body, but their words may
cause
create
bad impact.
may create psychological injuries in a victim, and make them lose confidence or feel shame with people. So this also serious effect to effect on people
can have
physical and mental development.
Can have an effect. Can have an effect on people.
Can have a serious effect on both physical and mental development. So it's also count as a criminal.
Of course. Now, so Miss Yuan, please, do you think that making the law stricter is a good way to combat crimes? Why not? Duyên có nghĩ rằng làm cho cái luật pháp nó khắc nghiệt, nó khó khăn và nó nghiêm khắc hơn là một cách tốt để mà đấu tranh chống lại tội phạm không? Tại sao không?
In my opinion, I think making laws stricter is a good way. Stricter is a good way to combat crimes, because I see a lot of offenders. Yes, they commit the minor crimes such as shoplifting, or they attack someone but don't make too much wound.
Sorry, that doesn't cause too many.
Too many wound, like I think I must say in Vietnamese.
Let's try that question again, please. Do you think making the law stricter is a good way to combat crimes, Miss Yuan?
So, before I answer, I have a question for you. Like, I want to say, like,
you want to ask something?
Yes. Khi mà người ta phạm cái lỗi nhỏ thì đôi khi người ta sẽ còn được bỏ qua nữa, kiểu được phớt lờ đi.
For minor offenses, những lỗi phạm phải nhỏ nhặt, they need to be forgiven. I think to be forgiven, được bỏ qua, they need to be forgiven, I think. But the problem is, how do you define minor offenses? Làm thế nào mình xác định được cái nào là minor offenses? I think, but people actually I think all the crimes, all the kind of offenses need to be punished. What do you think?
Yes,
Tất cả
I
mọi
think
người cần phải bị trừng trị hết. I think.
yes, I mentioned that the minor crimes, minor offense are always forgiven, to be forgiven. Yes, but
It's just
moreover,
sniffing rosemary. Yes, moreover.
but moreover, in a few days in the future, it could be a serious crimes. It will be a big crimes, a serious crimes.
You mean it will graduate to a more serious crime? You remember the word graduate, right?
Yes.
So graduate here, it's a verb that doesn't mean tốt nghiệp. It means it becomes worse to become a more serious crime. To graduate to a more serious crime. So to become a more serious crime. Okay. So,
yes.
Yes, continue please.
Okay. So I think the government should care about more about some situation, some problems like verbal abuse, like you said before, because they didn't care much about them. Yes, and moreover, I think the government should provide education and vocational training for them to be make a new life for them.
To make a new life, I think. You know,
Yes,
re-education effort. I mean, re-education effort, nỗ lực để mà cải tạo.
Yes.
Re-education efforts. Những nỗ lực giáo dục lại là cải tạo á. Or tái hòa nhập cộng đồng. How do you say that? Re-entering the society. Efforts, I think. Efforts to help people to re-enter their society. Nỗ lực để giúp con người ta tái hòa nhập cộng đồng. It's effort to help people to re-enter the society.
Yes.
Okay, please continue.
Moreover, I just think that in fact, I don't think good solution then make the law stricter, but I feel like a lot of people they released from the prison. After that,
I don't understand that last word.
Let me say again. I say that the offender they released from the prison.
Prison.
A jail.
From
Prison.
Jail or prison.
Jail. Prison.
From jail. From jail or prison.
Yes, from jails. They always commit crimes again.
You mean re-offend?
Re-offense, yes.
They re-offend. Tái phạm. They always re-offend. You know why they re-offend? Because they do not have a job. Because they do not have anything to do. Because they hang out with the same people again. The same bad people again.
Yes.
You know, chơi với bạn xấu nữa. Không có việc làm ổn định. Nhàn cư bất thiện. Yeah, that's why people re-offend, you know.
So I mentioned before, the government should provide education for them, should give them a job, training them.
And a purpose too. Một mục đích sống.
Yes.
Because people living without purposes, they can easily do bad things, you know.
Yes.
All right. I think today it's quite productive today. Very good. We
Oh, bro,
focused a
that's
lot on this one. It's a very productive day. I like it. Một cái ngày làm được rất nhiều thứ. Tập trung vào chủ đề crime này. Ok, rất tốt mọi người. Very good. Okay, let's end the lesson here. Thank you so much for watching. Say bye, people.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.